Out of sync.
Out of sync.
It's too long.
It's been a long time.
They're not paying us.
But you can't see the label.
Just be like, and then I'll pass it to you.
Soda, please.
Reach behind me for my drink. Okay, we're here. Okay.
Hello and welcome back to the Basic Boujie Podcast. It has been a while.
Yes.
How many episodes did we record this season, John?
This is 4.
Don't laugh at us. Don't laugh at our pain.
This is 4 in December.
That's
1 a quarter.
That's embarrassing, actually. That's actually embarrassing.
Look, this year was busy. In mostly a good way.
In a good way. Right? I could honestly
the majority of it was
in a good
busy
way.
Productive,
just getting shit done.
Happening that you set an intention for started happening.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, they're all happening right now at the same time. Yeah. Got it. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then here we are in December recording episode 4.
It's December 1st.
Which is also the season finale.
The season.
I'll wrap up this 4-part series. It's a limited series. We're going to call season 4 a limited edition.
Yes. I like that.
Good to limit. Because if anybody's ever wondering, like, why do y'all only have 4 episodes? This is why. Yeah. It's limited.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what we talked about.
This is it. Only subscribers get this.
That's it. This is exclusive. So we are just going to catch up today. We have some girl chat. We got Bitter here. Still bitter. And yeah, life's been lifing. But again, in a good way. Mm-hmm. I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, what was I doing December 1st of 2023? And I was like, probably crying because I couldn't make rent. And then today I paid my rent in full. And I was like, okay, whatever. And it didn't. It was like nothing. Yep. I was like, okay, I accept.
I think I was doing the same thing, 2023, worried that I wasn't going to be able to get presents for the kids. Mm-hmm.
Very much in a worried state this time last year. Like, how are we going to do this? How? And now we just deal with it.
Yeah. And then fast forward to a year later, we're recording this on a Sunday, and 3 clients this morning. Yep. Back to back, 3.
And we got to applause.
That's huge.
That is huge.
This time last year, we probably had 3 clients all month. So you have to be patient.
You got to be patient,
and
man.
You have to have faith that things are going to work out.
You just got to believe it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe nobody else can believe it, or they're just waiting for the doors to close. Yeah. Wait. You believe it, you saw it through, you came up with a plan, and you never quit.
Nope.
You never, ever quit.
Don't. If you really want it, don't quit.
If you really want it, you don't see it. There's nothing. What are you going to do? Like, what would you don't have, there is no plan B. Yeah. This is plan A through Z. So it's like, it has to work.
Yes.
Like, we might fake quit. We fake quit all the time. Yeah. They just got to get back into it.
Every month.
We're not doing this shit no more.
I feel like that's how it took off with your business. It was very much this time last year. He was like, this is the lowest quarter.
And the worst. It's the worst time of year. But this year, I don't know what happened. It was just like all of a sudden, I'm getting phone calls left and right.
You didn't quit?
Business.
Nice.
That's what happened. You didn't quit?
Yeah, because I definitely wanted to.
That's the title of this episode.
I didn't quit.
We didn't quit.
We're still here.
Yep. I like it.
Might have only done 4 episodes of the podcast, but we didn't.
But we didn't quit.
We're still here.
By the grace of God.
Yeah. I always said, as long as the key worked right here at the studio,
that's it.
Then things are happening.
We'll be here.
Yeah.
We'll be here. We always talk about, next year what we're going to do differently, whatever. And Jay and I were we were on the phone the other day. And I asked her what she wanted for Christmas, and then she gave me 2 lame adult gifts, like a water pick.
Socks.
I know, it was literally an electric toothbrush and a water pick.
I was like, okay.
I was thinking about my dental hygiene.
Also very important. And then a day or so later, she was like, you know what I want actually for Christmas is your time.
You need a little heart in
there. Insert heart emoji.
Insert heart emoji. So I was like, no, you're right. We talk every single day, but we don't spend a lot of time together outside of we just rot away from everybody else and we rot together. Mm-hmm. So I was like, there's all these when we're always working. But there's also all these cute workspaces that we can work out of, whether we go up to King of Prussia or Philly or whatever. So once a month, starting in January, once a month we will pick a workspace where we're going to work together from. We don't necessarily have to talk to each other.
Yeah.
But I'm
Just
working, you're working
with each other
away from the house, and then after we can grab something to eat or whatever.
Yeah.
Just nothing crazy, nothing like crazy plan, but we can go. Yeah. I was like, and it's also a networking opportunity. People, probably, even if it's a Starbucks, somebody can be like, oh my God, I really need a notary. Earring. Oh my God, I gotta get rid of these boats, these lines on my forehead. Earrings. Like, we gotta be out in the community. So we're gonna be out in the community at least once a month. You're more than welcome to come. Bring a laptop.
Okay. Yeah,
get to work.
We could do work lunches, work brunches.
Do a Canva book.
I think that works. No, really. With that pixie stuff that we got. Yeah, we gotta work on that.
So yeah, there's lots to work on, and there ain't no reason why we can't all work together.
No. And you know what? It's funny you say that because I'm reaching for my binder for those listening. Or not my binder, my planner. And this month...
That's really cute.
This was on my vision board, the Epcot ball.
Okay.
And we went to Disney. I mean, it's pretty
obvious.
And we're going again in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And we're going to Epcot. This was literally on my vision board. But the planner, like, I wrote... It wasn't just business focused. So I wrote my top 3 things were personal, like family and friends related. So the one was weekly dates with Kyle. The other one was weekly family time. And the other one was monthly friends gathering. So this is, check all those boxes. Because if you make it a priority, you write it down, it's more likely to happen.
Versus I want to do, one day we're going to do. I like it. Just write it down.
We're doing it. So.
You just mentioned your vision board. How do we do with our vision boards from the beginning of the year to right now? Did we check things off? Some things? What the fuck does it look like? You don't remember? Like, what's the status with your vision board?
With mine, I think only one thing got really checked off. 1.5. Okay. We got a new car.
Okay.
It's a luxury. It's an older model, but yes, it's a BMW SUV. And that was more because out of necessity than just want, because both our cars broke down, so we had to get a new car.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
The fact that I was able to even get approved for a loan to get it,
that's a lesson.
That alone, I was like, okay, I was working on my credit and stuff, so all right, I'll take it. More time with friends. I felt started off really well this year and tapered off towards the end of the year because life got busier. Things got much busier. Didn't make the monthly income goal I was trying to get to, but next year I anticipate that won't be a problem. What else? Spent not much time with family, eating healthier. that came and went. I am 20 pounds lighter than I was the last time I was on the podcast.
Where's the class? I'm looking for class.
Don't give me too much credit. I cheated like 90% of Americans are cheating now. I'm getting some Megalitude shots. But
that's not a cheat.
It's really not, because people can get on there and not lose any weight.
No,
you're still responsible for what you put in your mouth.
No, absolutely. But oh my God, a nightmare getting used to it. Like when the doses started to get higher, and
did you have a lot of side effects?
Not side effects, none at all. Honestly, I mean, other than like just being really dehydrated and needing water all the fucking time. It was just realizing what you can and cannot consume and how much of it you
no matter
can
how much you want it in your head.
Yes,
it's like your belly.
Your belly says It's like right when there. It suppresses, it suppresses, and when you go overboard and eat more than a couple bites of food, you will regret it.
You will regret it.
You will regret it. I've had some very painful times in the middle of the night. So, but yeah, so taking a little break from it. Gonna jump back on in the new year after the holidays.
I think that's where you really see like the psychology behind how we eat and what we do. Because it's like, you know what you're supposed to do, but we still going for the rice. You still make that big old plate. You know you haven't eaten that much since you started on the shop, but you can't help but make that plate. And then we all were raised with, you don't throw food away, you keep everything, you save your leftovers, you clean that plate. No, that's one thing I've definitely learned is like, I'm full, I'm done. this can go. I don't need to eat every grain of rice off the damn plate.
Thanksgiving was 3 freaking days ago, and I took a little scoop of this, a little scoop of that. It was like that, and then I barely finished what was on my plate. Never went back for a second plate. Like, when has that ever happened?
It's either you gonna learn right away, or you're like, okay, I don't want to be sick.
Scared. I was so scared. I'm like,
I ain't trying to be sick. What time is it? I'm not trying to be sick. I can't eat that right now. Nope. What about you, Joss? What about your vision board? How did that come along?
I'm trying to look at what my vision board even was. It's on this computer. So, eating right. And right now I'm doing a challenge with a fitness influencer where we're doing daily workouts, obviously. Eating better. Concentrating more on protein, which is always hard for a vegan to where are you getting your protein is the number one question we get. And then doing my own body sculpting stuff. So focusing on that. I'm just looking at my vision board. The Epcot ball, obviously, and then focusing on not just obviously focusing on Glam Studio, but that's not who I am.
Correct.
So merging all the different pieces and figuring out what that lane really looks like. So I got back into the Beachbody workouts, which is was keeping me sane for so long, and then I just dropped off last year, but got back on that. And I'm a little, I don't know if many people do this. I do 2 vision boards. I do one at the beginning of the year, and then on my birthday, either the day of, the day before, the day after, I do another one for the second half of the year. So since I'm a June baby, it's right in the middle. So I do one where I think I hit a couple of targets on my vision board from the beginning of the year, and then I just revamp it. What am I actually wanting to do this year?
Right.
For the later half of the year. So, and most of that was focusing on myself, because we're so ready to give up our time and our energy and all our resources to everyone else.
Something or someone else, So I felt like that was my switch this year. Is I just everything that I was giving to everybody else's business and all that, I just was no, I don't have no more to give, and the little bit that I have left, I'm gonna give it back to myself. And the moment I said that and started actively changing shit in my life, it just started to fall into place. I just took my vision board off of my phone screensaver, because it's been on my screensaver since probably a couple of days ago, because I've completed everything on my vision board.
Oh, that's very awesome. Nice.
So I'll have Roy put this up on the screen. But one of the things that I did, and I got this from Damaris, thank you, Damaris, is that when you do your vision board, behind the pictures, you should write something. So this one's mine. I can't find the one that I had. So this one's mine. It just says everything is aligning. I knew I was going to need a new car this year. Although I was working in a med spa, I was trying to manifest a little bit more, which I have done that. A new house, not new apartment. Just moved to a new house. I got the camera that I wanted this year. We're still doing the podcast. When I manifested travel, I didn't specify for vacation, and I ended up traveling for work all year. So I'm going to be a little more specific. So a little bit more specific. I said I wanted to get on at least 2 flights this year, and I did, but they were both for work. So we're gonna be a little bit more specific. So behind, if you go on Canva and you move these photos, behind there is exactly what I want for that photo. And then I got from Damaris, just to be a little bit more intentional. So I got everything on my vision board.
I remember the first part of the year, my vision board had a lot of numbers, and it had dates, and it had phrases, and then I kind of shifted from that to just all visuals for the last part of the year. But I like the idea of
because that's personal to you. Nobody needs to really see the detail of I want X, Y, and Z, but you can get real. I got real detailed and specific behind those photos, and the photos are just a nice reminder. But what's behind there is what I really want. So,
and it's funny the way that stuff will manifest, right? Because you put a picture or I'm gonna get on a plane, but you weren't specific enough. But if you're specific to I want a new house instead of I want a new place to live or whatever, you just have to keep at it.
Because although I wasn't manifesting a house, the space that I was manifesting was pretty much I want a space big enough for Roy and I, a space for his daughter to sleep, a space for my nieces to come over, an office for him, like I was very specific, and I literally got every single thing that I wanted in that house. And I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get this in an apartment. I wasn't even thinking about a house, but it was like, okay, the way that came up in my life, like everything just started happening. And then when I look back at my vision board, I'm like, holy shit! Like,
did you get emotional?
I manifested this, of course. And I'm a crybaby. I was like, I really manifested this. Like, this is crazy. And I feel like and it could just be like content creating burnout. I don't take as many photos of things as I used to. And when I go back, I'm like, literally my phone is like before and afters or like clips of content and stuff like this. I was like, I want to get back into just my natural, hey, I took a picture of this. Because a year later when it pops up, you're like, damn, that was a year ago?
Yeah.
Like, I posted the other day, a year ago, I was on a live with Tasha, and at the time I wasn't working for her. We knew of each other, but we didn't know each other. So to post that now and be like, and now we're working together. I just wanted to be in the room. I was like, I'm going to hop on her live. I'm going to be involved in her community and just maybe you never know what happens. And now we're working together. Yeah. So it's like, she was like, wow, this is a year ago. Like, it'll happen. It can happen. You got to manifest, but you also have to put the work in. You got to be intentional.
Absolutely.
Throw yourself out there. That's what I did. That's been like, I've been throwing myself out there all fucking year. Like, well, I already fell a couple times, so I might as well keep going. I know how to get up. Yep. We know we're not gonna quit, so it's just like, all right, well, let's try something else. But
at least you continue to follow up with Tasha. With me and the new client that I gained, I just touched on them one time, and now they're a client. I had marketed to this title company in Philly, and all Asian employees, all Asian clientele. I'm like, these people are not. They don't want you, girl. They're not ever going to call me. And when I say I marketed to them, I'm talking about back in like somewhere around 2021, no later than 2022. We're now in 2024, and just out the blue, about a month ago, he contacted me to do a closing for him because he was going to be on vacation, and that closing turned into 3 closings, and I earned almost like $700 from this client that had never used me before. Yeah.
That was from marketing from a year or 2 years ago. And that has happened to you a couple times.
They would even still have my business card. And I dropped off my little goodie bag, my business card. I'm like, these people are never going to call me.
It's like, you know what? I may not be a preferred, but one day you're going to need me. And I'm going to shine. And then you're going to be like, oh, she's really good. Yeah. And that's just what it is.
There's a certain very popular attorney's office that anybody who lives in Philly knows of. I'm not going to say their name because, unless we can get them as a sponsor for you guys, but very, very well known attorney's office is also using me on a regular basis for their work. So I was like, I'll take it.
Like, all right,
I'll take it.
Write their name down, or tell us after the show.
It's 2 names, but they're both the same.
I think I know.
I'm like, I see you. I'm like, dead giveaway. No, this year has definitely. I wouldn't imagine that it's ending the way it's ending.
No, not
the
at
way
all.
it started,
because
baby.
the way, yes.
I thought it's gonna take me out. Ooh-wee. I thought it was gonna take me out.
I remember I had you make me that hoodie. That basic in Spanish, it says like this year is gonna be better than last year, and I just hung on to that thought.
Like, listen, you gotta hold on to something.
This year is going to be better than last year, and it not just because I wore the hoodie, but that's how it started, and then everything came from the belief, the work towards it. Like you said, you can't just sit there manifesting I want. To do more.
Go do.
Because 2023 was on some bullshit.
And I think that's also part of our 2024 like turnaround. It's like, we can't have another year like last year or the year before, and I can't tolerate anymore. So something has to change. Like when I said there's nothing the same in my life from this time last year, from this time 6 months ago. I don't have the same job. I don't have the same car. I don't have the same residence. Everything in my life is different and new. Every single aspect of my life is different and new. I'm like, and now I'm good. Everybody's like, what's next? Nothing. Be more consistent on this podcast. Now it's more like, okay,
are the operative word throughout the last quarter of this year is just trying to be more consistent. Like we started our 1% notes, and we were good for a couple weeks, and And then all of a sudden, there was nothing being written in our 1% Better notes.
I started a 1% Better notes for me and Jay, and we collaborate on the notes. And every day we write one thing that we did extra that we have been avoiding, that we don't want to do, that we don't feel like it, whatever. So it could be something so simple as I picked up all the clothes off the floor in my bedroom. Like, that's been there for 3 weeks, but today was the day that I did it. Right. Something about writing it down on that list makes you get up and do something. Because then I look at it and I'm like, I don't feel like it, but I don't have nothing around my list today. So let me get up and go do this. And next thing you know, 2 hours later, now you didn't clean 2 things or whatever. Emptied out. My thing has been having to empty out boxes and trying to reorganize and restructure where the last 5 years I was in this apartment now fit in this home. So it's just like, all right, just do a little something every day, because we just get like paralysis from all the shit we know we have to do, and it's just like, I'm just gonna binge watch Lost because I'm not doing any of that. So we got to get back into our list. But between the list and my time blocking, like, that's what keeps me like. If I look back on my time blocking, I cannot have 6 hours of Netflix. Like, what the hell did you do today? So it's like I'm being my own boss. Like, I'm being my own supervisor. What did you do today? Because if you was at work, there wouldn't be 6 hours of chilling or a midday nap or any of those things. So
you gotta give your progress report.
Yeah, it's literally my daily progress report. Like, okay, you did good.
That's what helps me with the planner in the same sense is so if my goal, let's just say one of the goals for November was drop 10 pounds. I'm not dropping 10 pounds every single day I write that goal. What am I doing to get to that? There. So today I'm working out. Tomorrow it might be I'm focusing on food. The next day might be focusing on water. And then at the end of every day, did I do the thing to get to that goal? You either hit yes, almost, or no. You have to be or yes, almost, or tomorrow. Okay. So if you keep tomorrowing all of your things, at some point you're going to be like, what am I doing?
Right. And you don't want to write that.
You don't want to write tomorrow.
Like, it's like, I'm embarrassed of myself. Like, no, do it. Just do it. So, no.
So one of the things was like our monthly friends activity. It was confirm the topic. So you would get my text message like, what are we talking about? Check that box. I did the thing I said I was going to do that was towards that goal. So
I like that.
And there's something about like writing it down, checking it off. I can't say it enough. I'm like a broken record when I say like write it down.
Yeah, like, and there's no other way around it. Like you have to.
Yeah.
We think I'll go off and be like, I don't need it. As soon as I say that shit, everything be like shambles.
If it's not on the calendar, it don't exist.
It doesn't exist.
I'll remember.
I'll remember by famous last words.
If I get up off this chair and say I'm gonna go grab my drink, I will stand up and literally forget what the hell.
What I get up for?
Walk over your drink.
Like, I will step over my drink.
You done spilled it now.
I think this is the first year where I did not buy a planner. I said I'm going to go straight electronic this year. And it worked out well. And then there was the one point this year where it was just like, I don't even feel like fucking putting this on the calendar. I'll do it later.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing.
Did I regret that shit. Because
that turned into never.
I was forgetting stuff, and I'm like, stuff for the girls.
And that's so frustrating. When you're in the middle of a busy day, and then somebody calls you or stuff, you're like, I forgot I was supposed to do that.
I got it.
That's because you didn't write it down.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm like, nope. 2025, I'm going to need me I'm going to need me a planner. I'm going to need me a planner. It's time to start shopping. Well, I should have been shopping for one.
I think that one is on a Black Friday sale.
I really like that one.
They have she has different covers and stuff. It doesn't have to be like Disney related, obviously.
And this is like nice, like spiral, hardback.
With a good spiral.
It lays down.
Love
flat.
Like, is that your fucking handwriting? Are you
that's the
serial killer?
That's my.
But this is.
But that is same thing.
Still
serial killer.
Oh, and it has a little pocket.
It has pockets.
I love that. One thing a girl likes is pockets in her dresses and pockets in her pants.
Yeah,
I love
me a good
Ooh,
pocket.
with the blank.
Oh, okay.
Are you an ambassador for this?
I am not.
How does she get paid for selling us on this?
Yes,
that's what I would have done.
Because normally I like the with the little squares already, but this it has a name. The ones with all the dots.
A bullet journal.
The bullet journals. Yeah, that shit was confusing.
I tried. I really did. I got the stencil. I got the pens. Like can't do it.
Who is he?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we can't.
Unless you wanna check for me, don't check for me.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You mentioned that before.
Like you gave me the last time? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, so you're familiar with this?
Yeah. I definitely am.
So she has like new layouts too, which is really, really good.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's still like a Black Friday sale going on.
Okay. I'm just gonna throw it in here because then I'm gonna forget.
Yep.
And remember, I was trying to created
correct
my own planner.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
And I'm going to give you some insights to what happened there, which is why it's on pause. One, I have to change the name because I was about to get sued.
Perfect.
So somebody was paying attention.
Something. Okay.
That's what you said, because that's a good point right there. You probably have never looked at your page or anything and thought there's nobody big, nobody threatening, there's always somebody watching. Always.
Yeah.
Especially if you're protecting a brand.
Yeah. And it is, I'm not saying I'm quitting. I'm going to revamp the name and whatever. Pivot. And it's expensive.
I remember when you were going through the process.
To create a planner of like some quality. Yes, you can go on Amazon and like create something and whatever to like really create one that with tabs. Right. With a spiral that lays flat, a hardcover, like all the stuff.
The planner girls are gonna understand this.
Yeah, like it's expensive. So it's an investment that I couldn't afford to do at the time. So, but I'll be back with a new name and a new look, and we're gonna make it happen.
Okay.
No, even just from your like all your samples and everything, I was like, that's my kind of planner. Like,
I feel like that's part of the reason why I didn't buy a planner, because I was waiting to buy yours.
I really wish it would have been ready. So this one was an inspo for that.
Okay.
The people that almost sued me was an inspo for that.
Okay.
And there's another one that I really liked that was an inspo for that. So it was like taking all the pieces of like everything that you would want to keep track of in a day, and then like creating a planner from that. So
TBD. They sent you a cease and desist.
No, well, we were talking because at some point I was like, you know what, this planner isn't happening, but let me like learn more about planners. So they were doing an affiliate program.
Okay.
So I applied for the affiliate program, and in conversation, right, they start looking at your Instagram and like what you've tagged and what you're doing, and she was like, hold on, like you were about to do this. And I was like, yes, I was about to, like, it's on hold. She's like, well, you can't call it that. And I'm like, but it's not the same. It's two different titles, but there's one word in there that they're like,
can't use it.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck? All right. Well,
and this is where we need to learn. I'm not even going to go on my soapbox, but we need to learn the difference between trademarks and LLCs and what an ownership really, really is. And that's something that I started to learn about when we went to Atlanta for the Black Spot Expo. And it's like, yeah, trademarks is like, the LLCs are cute. Get yourself a trademark. It's like, I have learned.
Your logo.
Yes.
Like all that.
All of that.
And when you're calling things certain things, you got to be very careful. Not just like, I called my planner, the planner, whatever I called it. But like when you're promoting your services, are you promoting the brand name of like what you're taking?
Right.
Or can you say the other thing, the ingredients of it? You have to be very careful because they're watching. People are watching and ready to like.
And if there's money being made, they're definitely watching.
Their hand in your money.
They're definitely watching.
Yes.
It's like, okay, gotcha, heard. We will change the design name. Like,
say less.
They say, listen, you and ChatGPT, y'all will come up with a new name.
Yeah, that's my best friend.
I love ChatGPT.
And when the desktop version is like, you've reached your limit, I go right over to my phone. I haven't reached my limit on my phone today.
I haven't reached my limits. I'm surprised that I have not reached my limits
every day,
as much as I use it.
They're like, enough suggestions. Like, come back to us tomorrow. I'm like, well, I'm going on my phone now.
Fine. So is there limits on the desktop and the mobile version?
I think so.
Okay. I don't remember.
I reach them every day. But then you can go to Canva because Canva has Magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can do the same thing. I like ChatGPT,
especially because Chat knows me. I've been building it. I've been talking to it.
Yeah.
That's my homie.
Yep, knows your voice,
right? Mm-hmm. So
you can tell the difference in like a Canva one.
Yeah, I'm like I can ask specifically about like I have to meet with Joss about podcasts, whatever. Can you give me some ideas? It'll be like, well, Joss, since Joss has Glam Studios, and it's because ChatGPT knows about you because I've told ChatGPT about you. So it's like I'm thinking about buying the extra diversion, the paid version.
The way
just
you use
because
it,
I use it, there is not a day that goes by that I do not use ChatGPT.
I just used it yesterday to create a promo. Not a promo. A package with 2 different things. What those things are called, describe it, and now I need a pamphlet that's going to go with those 2 things for Glam Studios because some people may not even know, like one of them is a cold plunge. If you've never cold plunged before, what do you need to know before you get into that bucket? You know, like that type of stuff.
Go in.
And I just asked ChatGPT and here's everything. All you got to do is tweak it if you don't like a certain thing. And you need to focus on so many other things.
There's
I'm gonna let ChatGPT do its thing.
We've kept saying one thing that we've been consistent about saying every year is like I need an assistant. I have an assistant. His name is ChatGPT. He sounds like a black man. Mine has a voice. I said read aloud. It said hello. I was like, oh, hey Tyrone. Like, okay, where'd you come from? But I use it. Especially, I use it a lot on my way to work. I use it a lot in the car because it'll transcribe what you're saying. So it's not even like I have to stop and write, okay, this is what I want. I'll literally be like, okay, so I need blah, 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 blah. It transcribes it and then gives me the answer.
Are you doing it on the app?
On the app.
Okay.
Because even sometimes typing it, I'll be like, I'm going to type it out. I'll talk to it like I'll talk to you. Like, I just say, like, this is what's going on. I saw in this video this morning about how somebody's using it for, like, creating the blueprint of 2025. Especially if you're like a multi-niche kind of person. I was like, me. Because I was like, how do you fit all the things? How do I talk about my aesthetics, me being an aesthetics nurse and my craft business and my podcasting and then just my regular, how do I put all of those things in one? They all got their separate pages, but they're all, like you just said, like I'm not Glam Studios. That's my business, but there's other aspects of your life. So it's like, how do we get all of our niches down? And it's just like, well, this is all part of me though. ChatGPT. So we got some work to do tonight because after I watched that video, I was like, okay, so I'm gonna do an actual sit down and revamp all the things I already told ChatGPT and make it into a plan for me for next year. And we'll see what we do. And you'll be like, make it into a table, make it so I can put it on an Excel spreadsheet. Like you continue to tweak it as much as you want. And like Jay needed something with help like 2 weeks ago. I was like, girl, hold on, let me ask ChatGPT. I said, can you answer this for my sister? She has and they was like, okay, copy paste her to reply. Because I also know that she is kind of scared of ChatGPT. She don't use it as much as she should be using it. I should use
it a lot more.
Helpful.
Because when it first came out, I was on it. I was using it pretty often. And especially like to give me like social media post ideas and stuff like that for the business. And then I just fell off of it all of a sudden. I think
it was probably became too much. It was like a lot of things were coming out at the same time. And it was like, all right, information overload.
Everything has an AI now. Everything has
everything. AI. I was like, y'all know I'm team iPhone.
Google stuff now, and the first thing that comes up is AI response, and then everything else.
Google might not be around. I don't even Google things. I ChatGPT them.
Yeah.
I do not go on Google and search for anything. I go on ChatGPT. I even down to a sale. I go on ChatGPT. Well, there's nothing that. And the last time I did, I was like, let me search on Google. Let me search on ChatGPT. I got a direct response from ChatGPT with the link and everything I needed to do, and further suggestions. I can see Google getting phased out. Like is Bing still around?
Well, that's why they didn't.
Nobody goes on Yahoo News. Like
Ask Jeeves is
like who?
Google's going to be the new Ask Jeeves.
Yeah.
But that's why Google now has that AI feature that pops up first if you ever ask it something.
This is definitely one of those things. It's like jump on it or you're gonna get left behind. And I just between ChatGPT and TikTok, I'm unstoppable. Like unstoppable.
Somebody coming to get some money from me. My left palm. My right palm means I'm getting money. My left palm means somebody coming to get.
It's the holidays. They all taking our money right now.
December 1st. Yep.
ChatGPT is literally because I never really switched also from just using it for work or for social media to just like, can you help me with my life?
Well,
and yes, it can.
See the viral. I'm gonna do that all the time now because not everything is like a viral moment
because it hit 20K views or whatever.
The asking the AI your dream life, but giving it prompts as to who you are right now, but who you want to be. And then asking it to give you like a 5-minute script, I think was the thing.
Okay.
And I typed in all the things I'm doing now, what I want, and it literally was like, and then I said, say it in first person, because now this is going to be the affirmation for the day or for the next day, right? Because what I'll do is I'll put on some like binaural beats and I'll read it right before I go to sleep.
Okay.
So it's like, I am waking up in da-da-da-da-da-da, and then I am going to sleep knowing that my dream life is my reality. And it like this whole paragraphs of stuff. And it's like, when I read it the first time, it was very emotional. Like, oh, this is like, we're working towards this. Like, I see this happening. And then it's just a couple minutes, not even 5 minutes, because I feel like if you're a fast reader, like, bam, 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 you're done.
Or I hit read out loud.
Or have it read it to you. Have Tyrell read it to you.
Listen, what you talking about? Like, read it to me.
And then that's it. So I feel like that is a way to help with that manifestation and put you in the right mindset,
like
especially
that.
like
Then
right
it could
before you go
read
to
me
sleep.
my affirmations in the morning.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
So just some little nuggets.
No, definitely. Listen,
like
personal assistant, best friend, therapist,
stuff
like
for 2025.
Yeah, you
Seriously.
said the affirmations. It's been a while since I like got back into that, and I'm a fall asleep with the TV on or my phone on something before I fall asleep to something. I fall asleep to The Walking Dead or The Office.
the end of the world.
But there was one particular night last week, and I'm like, I don't want to hear none of that. But Bernard was watching TV, so it was like I couldn't even hear mine. So I was like, I had to put an earbud in to fall asleep. I went on YouTube and looked up like a really long affirmation, like 8 hours, so that I could do it while I was sleeping. And I think it was just for like focus or motivation or something like that. And I just let it play in my ear, and I'm like, I used to do this all the time. I used to have these and I woke up in like this such a positive mind state the next morning.
It's so easy to fall back into them habits, we have to be intentional with every single thing you do, what you watch, what you see, what you scroll on social media, all them the bad habits.
The doom scrolling for me has gotten so out of control. Like I will be there and I look up and an hour has gone by.
Yeah. I told you what stopped me with that was time blocking, because when I go back and I see it, I'm like, what the fuck was I? Get up. Like,
I was
have you ever been on TikTok and the lady comes up, she's like, are you scrolling? Or the calm thing?
Yes, the calm thing.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, I get it.
It hasn't come up for me yet.
You have to be on TikTok. It will show up on. I don't think it'll show up on Instagram.
Okay,
it'll show up on TikTok.
I don't go over
the calm app. That fucking advertisement comes on when I'm watching TV too long too. That advertisement. Now that I just thought about that, because I hear it on it's coming up like on the TV. Yeah, no, it's that gets dangerous. I was just like,
just fall back into old habits. It's so hard.
It's so hard because we lived most of our lives doing the same fucking thing that got us nowhere. So it's like, no, I don't want to see that anymore. I don't want to listen to that anymore. It's
familiar, so it feels comfortable.
It's easy.
Right.
You had posted something the other day, like the reason you're uncomfortable. Something like the reason you're uncomfortable is because you've never been here before.
Like talking about growth. Like if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. You're comfortable, there's nothing going on in your life.
Nothing.
You happy? You comfortable? You're stuck. And that's cool. That may be what you want. But the moment I know I'm feeling like, oh, I'm relaxed. What the fuck am I relaxed for? I got lots to do. There should not be relaxed. I should not be like, there's things to do. Yeah, I write my motivational things on Threads. Threads has been good. Threads has been good for like model calls and things like that. And the Philiqueens group. Shout out to the Philiqueens group. I don't know how long the group has been around, but I got invited by Brianna to join the group, and just like we'll post on there if we have a model call, whatever. So it really started for business, but then I started just reading other people's stories, and I'm like, these are all just Philly girls, like just coming together. And some of the things that I see on there are absolutely beautiful. So shout out to the Philiqueens group, shout out to the Philiqueens POC group. Both of them
Especially POC
awesome.
Group. I found a braider for my child's hair.
Like y'all don't understand.
Give it up, please.
Like y'all don't understand.
It's been such a struggle Because I don't
Zola
braid.
is 5 years old.
Braid.
She is not a braider. I am not a braider. And she has needed to get her tender head braided for so long.
To braid my poor baby's hair because all she wears is 2 ponytails,
Fellow
one
Queens
ponytail.
PLC group. Thank you.
I found somebody and she came out 2 days later to do my child's hair.
She was the first person to reply. She was like, I can come over and do it. I was like, results.
She came from Chester.
It was so nice.
To Philly to do it. She's like, normally you only travel up to 30 minutes. You're 36, but I'm going to do it anyway. I threw her a nice little tip. She did a great job.
Nice.
It's such a good group. No, seriously. It's a great group because it's just stuff like that. It's like just women trying to help other women out. That's it. There's a girl that posted, I have the post saved in case nobody replies to her. She's looking for she starts her job tomorrow and she's looking for a pair of black scrubs in large to borrow. But I have an extra pair to give away. So if she still needs them when this podcast is done, I'll reach out to her and let her know.
That's nice.
I was like, I have them. I'm not going to wear them. I already know I'm not. So it's just like, oh, I love it. It's like such a warm and fuzzy group.
Invitations to like friends giving.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know you, but why not? I'll show up with a bottle. Let's chop it up, girl.
Let's just chat. Why are we here?
Yeah, because most likely they all go through the same shit that we talking about right here, right now.
Exactly. Like I feel like you can go in that group and find your tribe, find your people.
For sure. No,
it's a good supportive group. What else do we want to talk about?
Predictions for 2025. How are we prepping for 2025? Because
we've been started.
Doomsday prepping? Working on ourselves.
Right. Yeah, like our own selves. Because when you mentioned the vision board, I'm like, shit, it's December 1st. Like, I gotta start I gotta get on that. I gotta start working on my vision board for next year and things like that. And now I want to go shopping for my planner for 2025. So all the next 30 days is just prepping for the next year. That's basically all it is. So
in preparation for next year, I already said I'm not doing nothing new. I'm not picking up any new projects. I'm not, because I just want to deep dive into the things that I already have going on. I want us to have a solid plan for the podcast so we don't have to have a limited series again. Things are slowing down with the craziness of, I feel like, of both of our lives, but still busy in the way of like clientele, honey. So we'll work around it. Sundays are always a good day. Maybe we could post this in the Fellow Queens group so that other people that have businesses or whatever, if they're interested in sharing, talking to other people, sharing audiences.
That's a really active group, actually.
So,
it is.
If any of the Fellow Queens wants to be on our podcast, we would love to have you. Talk about life, your business, kids, your husband, your wife. No judgment. Whatever. So I'm like, I don't know where this group came from, but we needed it. A package.
My ring is going
it's like we needed that group. It's a good group. But in preparation for next year, I'm not doing anything new. Deep diving into what I already have, continuing to learn all the things, getting back into my craft business, opening that back up, because everything for me, I feel like all the extra things that I was doing on the side stopped in like May or June, because it was like, I gotta move, I started a new job, I didn't work the month of July. And by the grace of God, I wasn't like homeless. And I really didn't work the month of July. I don't even know how, don't ask me how I pulled that off, I don't know. But here we are.
Here we are, December.
It's like, I needed that break, because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get all these things done, but I would just start working towards it and it'll figure itself out. That's it. Because just trying to think about a plan and I couldn't come up with it. I'm like, all right, let me just get up and start doing something. And it starts to fall into place. So yeah, continue to go with ChatGPT real bad.
2025 for me, I'm going to be letting something go. So I have 2 part-time jobs and Glam Studios. And
She's a business owner with 2 part-time jobs. Do you understand what we are saying?
You have to want it so bad. Period. And I need to figure out how I'm going to get it done. So one of them, I will be saying goodbye. This may be the first time they're hearing about it, but I will be saying goodbye to one of them.
If they watch, you'll know.
If they watch. Because it's just taking up too much of my time that I don't have for here. So I know it'll work out. I just have to leap faith. Yeah. It's going to happen. So that I can focus on here and be here more often. And
because probably anything that takes you away from here also feels quite annoying. I feel like that's a thing. Like anything that interrupts my schedule or flow, or if something comes up during the week and I can't go to the med spa, I'm like, ugh, why is this happening? I don't want to do this anymore because it's taking me away from what I want to do. So when another job is pulling you the other way, you're like, I could be in my business doing what I love to do, talking to my clients, making content, whatever. So,
and the one part-time I love, I look forward to going there. I have no problem going there.
Nice.
The other one, it is, I have never felt so much anxiety going somewhere and knowing like I'm gonna be here for the next X amount of hours, and then I hate
going into a job that you hate, or that miserable feeling of having to go into a job is no.
When if anyone has followed my Instagram and seen me sitting in my car eating my breakfast, it's because I'm about to go into that place, and I need some calm in my life in that moment with like my other favorite podcast besides ours, and my breakfast for some sanity before the chaos.
It's like whatever's going to make you feel comfort and calm, and it's probably only going to do it for a little while, because then when you walk through the door, you're like, it's over. I want to be here.
You know what it's like to walk into a place and you don't put your bags down and someone is already on your shit?
Don't talk to me, because that's
let me put my bags down before you tell me.
The only thing you should be saying is hi. It's the only fucking thing you should be saying to me when I walk through the door, when my bag's still on my shoulder, is hello.
You look nice today.
And if you don't see me without a coffee, would you like a coffee? Because why are you talking to me?
If you see me without a coffee, it's something wrong.
You should definitely not talk to me.
My supervisor learned that the hard way with me. Because the look I gave him as I'm unzipping my coat, I was like, you know, I just got here, right? Give me a second. Like, I don't care.
Like, you can't possibly be talking to me, because I just walked in.
No, you're not talking to me. Yeah. My bag is still on my shoulder, and I'm unzipping my coat. There's absolutely nothing I can do.
The door hasn't fully closed behind me.
Okay.
What can you possibly want?
It's still shut.
Yeah, no.
I have to plug myself in.
Yeah.
Nope.
Get out of my face.
Does the outside of the building say Jocelyn? Then you don't really need me. So let me put my stuff down first.
It can wait. I promise you it can wait. Yeah. Unless it's like the building is on fire, you got to turn around. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
get out now.
Get out. Okay, let's go. Now you made my day, because now I don't have to work today.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, no.
Yeah. Give me a reason to walk right the fuck back.
When I worked at the hospital, there was nothing worse than coming in and somebody's trying to give you a report when you got your coat on, and you're like, why are you talking? Get away from me. You're not trying to give me a report when I still have my purse in my hand. Like, I'm on the phone still. Like, move! It is not time. It is not 6:53. It is not time to clock out.
I have not sat down. Stop it.
No, that's probably every nurse's pet peeve outside of the nurses that like to give a report when you just walked in the damn door.
But let that also be a lesson. If you have the ability to let that go, then let it go and go do something else more fulfilling. If you have I'm not telling everybody to quit their miserable job right now. Jocelyn did not tell you to do that.
That's what Beyonce said. I'm that job.
We're not Beyonce. No, I will break your soul.
No, keep the job, but use that misery of that job as fuel and motivation to get somewhere better.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can find your happy place. That is not the end all be all.
I said no. God was being that funny ball. We talked about
God
that
is a funny ball
in the past month. That he a funny ball because, like Joss, you're a business owner, but you got 2 part-time jobs. I am a business owner. I have a 9 to 5, and I got my little part-time. Part-time is the DoorDashing that I do when the business ain't businessing. Just to make a little extra cash. When it first started out, it was cool. I didn't mind it, but lately I have despised it. Like, I fucking hate going door dashing. Hate it with a passion.
And before you never even thought about it, just like,
it wasn't a thought.
It was like, this is what I gotta do.
It wasn't a thought. It was just like, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it.
And now that you don't have to.
Now I don't have to, but it's like,
it's just nice little extra cash, yeah.
Cool, because the holidays, whatever, or there's a bill due and I ain't got enough, whatever the case is, then I'll go out and do it. But not without having a scowl on my face the entire time I'm out there.
And that's the worst thing. That you don't want to be outside driving and mad, shopping and mad. And now especially this time of year, there's extra people outside. Everybody's shopping.
It's very people-y
Philly
outside.
is Gotham. You know the rest.
Philly is Gotham.
Yeah, so over the past couple of weeks, I had it scheduled out, what days I was going to go DoorDash and everything, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we need you for a signing here. Oh, we need you for this. Oh, I'm canceling my DoorDashes because the amount of money that I'm going to
write them down, and then when you get a client, cancel, scratch it out, client. Scratch it out, client. So you can see every single time the client actually took over the task you didn't want to do.
Because it would literally take me 4 days to make what I make on DoorDash to make what I could make in the 1 hour appointment with one of my clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
4 days to 1 hour.
Yep.
Why would I ever do one over the other? Like, come on, be for real. I will call out of work if out of my 9 to 5 the signing has come up because I'm going to walk away with $200 in my pocket before I leave.
I work here all day for that $200. I'm out.
I got mad PTO time. Yeah, I'm gonna use it. Shit. And I only need it on Mondays and Tuesdays because those are the days I'm actually in the office. Otherwise, if it's other days, they don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm working from home. Yeah.
Done and done.
None of them watch this podcast, I'm sure.
And then say, Jamie, I need to speak
Can
with
we
you.
talk to you for a minute?
So.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
That's my twin.
I was talking about some other person at some other time in their life.
No, for me, it's not. I guess I'm not necessarily letting anything go. I'm definitely not introducing no new shit.
No.
But it's just all the little things that I should have been doing from when I first started.
You just want to nourish
my
them.
business. Yes, I want
to nourish those things.
Nurture those things. So the remote online notarization, that's something I should have been doing. I'm signed up. Every week they send me a progress report. You are 97% complete, bitch.
I start up at 97%. So close yet so far.
What are you doing? Complete the other 3% so that you can literally work from home doing the same shit that you do when you got to drive 45 minutes away to do it. Do that. So getting back into the marketing and God, I don't want to do it. Content creation. I gotta get it.
You don't want to make money? That's what I heard. When you say you don't want to do something for your business, just say I don't want to make money and see how that feels.
Put the phone. Get another phone.
Another phone.
Just to be able to record everything. Does that make sense? Like just to record everything. So that I gotta do on my, because sometimes we're using our phone for the things that we need to be recording for.
Exactly.
Get another phone to record.
So a phone just for recording.
Just for recording. You don't have nothing else to record on. You don't have like a camera or anything. So it
doesn't need like a lot of. I don't think it needs like a lot of data or something.
No, because you can just send it somewhere.
Shit.
I don't know.
Talk to Roy. But anyway,
like that one link.
Bernard, hello.
Oh yeah, I guess I could use some. I'm sure he has.
Put the whole household to work. It's like, and the things that you don't want to post because you're probably like, oh, my desk is messy. That shit is relatable.
That is so. That
shit is like, girl, wait till I show you my desk. Like, it's relatable. Everybody's going through the same thing. I'm happy
your
that
lived in house, not your aesthetically pleasing house.
Oh my God, my house will never be aesthetically pleasing.
And that is relatable.
People like that.
People aspire to do those things. It's like, listen, it's just not gonna happen. That's just not how my life is set up. I love that for you, but not for me. Like, it's just what it is. So, any closing statements?
2025 is gonna be amazing.
It will be.
It will be.
It will be because 2024 is ending that way. So
no, yeah, for sure.
2025 would definitely be amazing. I will read my quote that you referenced earlier. Growth is uncomfortable because you've never been there before. It's unfamiliar, but that's how you know you're evolving. And that's it.
Done.
We will continue to evolve. Because we are leaving the ghetto of, 2020 to 2023?
2023
R.I.P. to that shit. Like, R.I.P. to that jump.
But 2024 was good.
Yeah.
And just use it to catapult you into 2025.
That's it. Right. And that is a wrap on this episode. Bye.